Yo, 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 yo. What's up, you guys? This is the Men Underground Music Show. I'm your host, Mint. Today we're going to get into a promised new series, new episodes of a new series, I should say, whatever. And we're going to get into our monthly mailbox, okay? Our monthly mailbox is just basically going over what I've got over the past month. I can't do this weekly, can't do it daily, but I believe I could stick with doing a monthly mailbox, a little check-in that explains to you what I got in the mail, highlighting it, might give you some differences, some opinions, and some facts, or what have you. However, it's really just meant to highlight what I got in the mail over this past month. Within the monthly mailbox, I like to start off with some, you know, some CDs that I got in the mail over this past month. And I got quite a few of them. During the holiday season, last month, which was December 2024, speaking of that, Happy New Year's, welcome to 2025. Last month, I got in quite a bit of everything. When you're shopping for other people, you also find yourself shopping for yourself, and I sort of went overboard. Some of these things I had pre-ordered that came in the mail, and it finally just arrived, but I ordered one of these things that I'll get to way later in the show. Back in August, I want to say, and it's finally here. Without further ado, we're going to get into something. I also collect. Not only do I own menunderground.com, I also collect. So the monthly mailbox is going to highlight what I collect for myself as a collector. So let me get it a little, I don't know if you can really see it, but this is a CD. It came out as officially dropped. This is a ATL. I want to say, what does it say? Black Owned Entertainment presents ATL Crime Files. Executive produced by Code 187, produced by Code 187 and KMG, and Black Under You. This is basically a compilation that is put out by ATL, aka Above the Law. Above the Law, yes, the rap group who used to be signed under Ruthless Records and Eazy-E. I got this album. This originally came out in 1997. However, there was this guy who's known to bootleg. I don't believe he bootlegged this. I think he actually got the authorization to re-release this as its own album under the Above the Law label. Now, the only thing is, this is the original from 1997. I want to say the second version came out probably about, 2013, 15. I don't really remember, just going off of my head. And there's a guy who's known to bootleg by the name of Philip Gable who put it out. Gable, whatever. Now, it's a total of 10 tracks on this version. The second version has actual artwork. I want to say it's like Uncle Sam as well, like Uncle Sam's Curse. So he's sort of trying to build off of that look with some like yellow tape and things, just going off of memory visualization. But it's more of a compilation than an Above the Law album. I don't own the second one. I probably will get it, just not looking to pay a lot of money. It's not a bootleg, it is official, unlike most of Philip Gable's other releases that I see in a lot of people's possession. All right. The next one that we have is another CD. It's a CD single by 8 Ball and MJG. 8 Ball and MJG, they had their first album their first official album as a group was called Listen to the Lyrics. They fell out with that record label, and this is a CD version that came out later on of just that actual track, Listen to the Lyrics, okay? Now, on this album, I've been looking for this. It's a radio versions on here. Listen to the Lyrics, 8 Ball MJG, and Got to Be Real. Okay, this is the CD version. I'm still looking for. I believe there's like 3 cassette tape versions, original cassette tapes, for their first album, EP, whatever you want to call it. That came out. I'm looking for all 3 of them. Just not willing to pay the money for it at this time. It's not that high on my to-do list. It's not that this album isn't any good. I would be buying it just because I'm a fan, a supporter of 8 Ball MJG. I really love that group out of Memphis, Tennessee. They're out of Orange Mound, Primrose, aka 8 Ball, and MJG. Yeah, so I would like to have it to put in my collection, just not at the price that it's going for, which is about $100 to $150, depending on its condition. It could sometimes get up to $200 as well. Just not really me personally willing to buy that. Another thing that I got in the mail today is a rapper out of Houston, Texas. And he started off as a gangster rapper, and he wrote with a crew called Criminal Element. This was his solo album, and he would later on change his style. He still had dope gangster type styles, but it was a gospel gangster type of thing because he was saved and he started doing saved. He turned into a Christian. I shouldn't say he probably always was one, but just started actually practicing. I can't really say what his story was, but he started off with the group Criminal Element, and this was his first solo effort, which was still before he was saved as a Christian, and it's called Like a Grown As, AS instead of ASS. Man, he meant ASS, but he said grown as man, which is Lil Rascal. Lil Rascal, man. This is a dope album. This is a sealed copy. I put in one of those sleeves. All of my CDs, I plan on getting them into these sleeves, but especially these. This is a dope album. The Criminal Element albums were dope. And if you ever heard his gangster gospel albums, those are actually dope too. You could actually bump them and so forth. Real tight album. I highly recommend that you guys go check this out. Moving on, because I have so much, I'm going to try to be real rapid fire. The next one is on Bone Thugs record Snippets. Now, this is the Bone Thugs record Snippets, right? This is a CDR. This features Crazy, Lazy, Biz, Wish, and Flesh, right? So this was hosted by DJ Unique down here, and it contains snippets from Thug World Order, a new album that was supposed to be coming out from Crazy Bone in 2023, and Mo Thugs for the Movement, and Bruce Hancock. Those are on the back of this. This is a CDR. I want to say you were able to get this on BoneThugsRecords.com back in the day, and DJ Unique was in charge of this. This one I have not put sealed or anything like that. Trying to find a newer copy and a much better condition copy. I did buy this recently, got it in. Sort of starting to focus a little bit on my Bone Thugs collection. I have some Bone Thug stuff already, but and stuff that people are looking for. For example, one of the things that I have that a lot of people look for is the clean version of the Resurrection album. You know what I'm saying? Their second album. I have that one version on CD. It's very hard to find, but I'm starting to get into more of their underground stuff. Now, the second album that I got from them is Bone Thugs and Harmony, The World's Enemy. This album was put out on Reprise. I would say it goes for about $30 to $40. I think $30 is more of a good price. If you can get $30 or less, it's a good price and so forth like that. I didn't seal this one either, so I could show you the inside of it. But yeah, I just got this in the mail as well. Let's see what year this came out. I want to say it's in the 2010. So this album, even though it came out in 2010, Bone Thugs is probably one of the greatest rap hip-hops. I'm not going to say they are the greatest, but they're one of the greatest rap hip-hop groups of all time. They sell pretty well. So some of their stuff was mass-produced, like their original albums with Ruthless Records. So those are a little easier to come across. Whether it be a U.S. manufacturer, Canadian, or European manufacturer. Those are easy to come across. But some of their stuff later after that, their other projects, have become a little bit harder to track down. So the price goes up. Their first 3 albums, the EP, and the other 2 that follows, the double disc and the Resurrection album with Crossroads on it, those albums are easy to find. they're easy to find, you know, pay a few bucks and stuff like that. Unless you want something brand new and sealed, then it might cost you. But then it's been re-released, stepped on a few times. That dope has been stepped on a few times. So even those are, some of those versions are easier to find, even if they're brand new. All right. Now, this next album, I'm gonna go through the CD that I got in stock for him. There's another CD that I got with this, but apparently I put it up already. I'm not gonna deal with that. But this is an album called The Collection Part 2 by Celly, aka Two Took. He's out of San Francisco and so forth. He's out of the Frisco. Randolph and Head Street. This is a dope album. It's a compilation of some of his greatest hits and so forth like that. Some of his greatest hits. Now, I got this in the mail when I ordered the CD version of his first cassette tape, Living in the Bay. However, I also got the vinyl. This was recently re-released on vinyl for the first time and CD for the first time. Okay? Real dope EP, single, however you want to call it. It's really 3 tracks. It's a total of 5 tracks, but it's really 3 songs. Living in the Bay, A Better Way, and It's Like That. Celly is a dope artist out of San Francisco. He's starting to re-release some of his older stuff, re-releasing them. Another album that he released is his Predator album. I think it was the 3rd time that he re-released them. He's selling them autographed and unautographed. Autographs are more expensive, and then the CDs are a little bit more affordable. His price is a little bit higher than some would like, but, you know, support the artist, man. Go out, support your peoples. You know me. Support your peoples. So that's what I did. No complaints and so forth like that. It's hard to find original copies of this Living in the Bay on cassette tape. It was a cassette tape until this year, and when he released it on the vinyl and CD for the first time. Now, the next CD that I have is Brother Lynch Hung presents Mr. Doctor. This is Mr. Doctor's first solo album outside of the Low to the Brain group. The first time I heard Mr. Doctor was on Brother Lynch Hung's Season of the Sickness. So this is his set tripping block style. This is a 3rd pressing of it. The first pressing has pink script. The second pressing has green like this, but different lettering up here. And all this. It still came out on Black Market Records, but there's some differences. I can show you some of the differences later on. I might could just reach up in here. Let me show you, because these are more accessible, so I'll show you. Real quick, we're going to move through it. OG pink, lettering, everything. This one is brand new, sealed. The second pressing green one, right here, along with the 3rd pressing here on my left, which is the one that I just got in the mail. Now, if you look at the script on this is where it says Brother Lynch Hung presents. They're 2 totally different fonts. I'm going to flip these around. The second pressing still right here, and the 3rd pressing still right here. Totally different fonts and everything else, but look very similar. Okay? All right. So let's continue to move on. I'm going to put these to the side. I'll get those filed later on. Speaking of Brother Lynch Hung presents, Brother Lynch Hung also has a female artist that he brought out, and it sounds like they're going to start working together again. But the first time I ever heard this young lady, I shouldn't even say young lady, she's younger than me, but close to my age, was on his Season of the Sickness album and so forth. Low to the Brain was a song that she was on that was real hard when she came out, and she started the song off. Oh, man. She started the song off. She didn't anchor it or anything like that. I'm not going to lie, man. All the MCs on Low to the Brain in that group, she's a part of them. I will put her as a part of Low to the Brain. Um, I might dare to say she had the hardest verse just because the way she came in. Now, who am I talking about? I keep on talking about her without saying it. Her name is Zigg Zagg, okay? Also known as just Zagg. This is Zagg's, I want to say, third solo album, Through the Eyes of She. Hope you guys are seeing that. This album is hard to find. There's a guy online right now selling his version. I want to say it's open. It might be sealed, but he's selling his for like $200-300. Believe it or not, if you're patient, I found this one for, I want to say, for like $25-30, something like that. So you can find them, but it is rare. I just happened to come up on it. This was put out on Brother Lynch Hung's record label known as Made Sick Music. It also used to be called Sick Made Music. He switched it around after this. So this is one of those. But she and Brother Lynch Hung will be they're working on a current project as he's working on another project himself. She's re-signed with him, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to come up. Okay, but this is Through the Eyes of She. Hard. All right. Another CD that I got in the mail comes out of Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's some more female MCs. I'm just gonna call them MCs instead of like saying female MCs. Man, they're MCs. They're dope. They just happen to be females. It's a set of twins. They were signed to Big Boy Records. Big Boy Records would also join forces with Rapper Lock Records, but this is one of their original albums on Big Boy Records. They had ties because the owner of Charles he's from Louisiana, but he also grew up in LA, so they had ties a little bit to the Fortrays out in LA. But this is a sealed copy of the Ghetto Twinz. This is the Ghetto Twinz right here, and it's surrounded by criminals. This is the original pressing on Big Boy Records and Precise Recordings. Precise is also known as DJ Precise. He dates and he was dating, but now, as I believe, is married to one of the two twins. Dope lyricist. One of my favorite songs appears on Scarface's Homies double CD. I'm trying to remember the name of the track, but it goes hard, man. But anyhow, this is one of their earlier albums that they put out with the Boot Camp Clique. This is the Boot Camp Clique. We're not talking about Brooklyn's Boot Camp Clique with Buckeye Shorty, DJ Evil E. We're not talking about the Cocoa Brothers. We're not talking about the original Gun Clappers. None of that. That Boot Camp Clique. This is same thing, boot and camp spelled properly, but this clique is CLICC, because as I already just said, their owner was related to the Fortray gangsters out in LA. So it's CC for a reason. It's gang related and so forth like that. So anyhow, we're gonna just some little bit of information. I could go on it and so forth, but I'm trying to get through this, man. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I went all in last month. I probably should have took it a little easier, but I'm assuming that I have about like 30 items to go through, 30 to 40 items to go through. So yeah, it's quite a bit that I gotta get through. All right, coming up now. It's straight out of Sacramento. He's tied to Brother Lynch Hung as well. He's tied to X-Rated Loc. He's tied to the lineage of Sacramento rappers before Mozzie, before a lot of these guys. And he's raised a lot of people out there. And he's the cousin of Andre, X-Rated Loc. This is Luni Coleone. I want to say this is his second or third album. I can't remember which order. Actually, might be his fourth album now that I'm thinking about it. But anyhow, this is In the Mouth of Madness. In the Mouth of Madness is a super dope album. I highly recommend it. This is the first pressing on Out of Bound Records, which was Luni Coleone's album, record label. And it was manufactured and put out by same group, same record label that did Young Dre D's second album, Fastlane. What was it called? I'm a cheat. California Entertainment and so forth like that. But California Entertainment, I believe, is a Sacramento label that was helping put out artists at that time. Celly Cel Entertainment. Luni Coleone in real life, as a person, a human being, he's a great person, real chill dude, and so forth. You have his persona and so forth that he deals with. He's really that guy. He's a dope MC. I really like his style. This is a hard album. I could go. I'm better with names than track numbers than names and so forth. But I would trying to see what I could tell you to recommend you guys to listen to. But Friends is one of them. You know, dope song. But you have to own this. You have to own this. If you don't have it, go check it out. I would say go ahead and stream it real quick. Check it out. Once you stream it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And then I want you to follow up that stream, make a digital purchase, and then go get the album. Find the album. All right, let's keep it moving. The next up is E-40's Element of Surprise. Brand new, sealed with the hype sticker on there. Yeah, I was able to track this one down without any promo markings or anything like that. You can find it still with a hype sticker, but not. It's unusual to find it with without any promo markings like drill holes, notched fines, stickers, things like that. So I was able to find this dope album. I used to like it. One of my favorite songs on here, I want to say, is I don't want to go back to slinging yeah. About my man. Anyhow, I hope I don't go back to slinging yayo was on here. Dope song, dope album. I really love this, man. Very good album. I'm glad to have this. Sick With It Records, Jive Records. Glad to put it back in there. I don't know if I need to say anything about E-40. E-40 has always been that ninja. He's always been him. Speaking of Sick With It Records and Jive Records, there's another artist that I was able to track down. You could tell what I was on this month. I was trying to do some things and so forth. He's straight out of Vallejo, California, just like E-40. His name is Celly Cel, and this is his album called The G Files. I was able to find a brand new copy of this with the hype sticker as well. Celly Cel G Files. Dope album. One of these tracks that a lot of people know is It's Going Down, which is has a interpolation, a redone work of Key Sweat. How Deep Is Your Love? You know what I mean? But it's Going Down. It is one of the main songs that people always listen to. But Can I Kick It was hard too, with Kick the Sneak and Young Muggsy on there. There's all types of track. Dope album. I highly recommend you get this. All right. Next up from the 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. They are for the kids, but they for the adults too. And they've raised some kids to adults. This is coming out of the Chi-Lin. I want to say the Park Hill portion of Chi-Lin, if I'm correct. It might be Stapleton. I get mixed up who's from Stapleton and who's from Park Hill. But it's funny. I'm in Denver, Colorado, right? And there's a neighborhood out here called Park Hill. And right across the street, they're used of Park Hill, and a part of Park Hill was a old airport named after our former mayor, and they renamed this part of this neighborhood, and the airport closed down. Ice-T used to refused to fly into it because Mayor Staple is named after our old mayor, Mayor Stapleton. He used to be a grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. So a lot of people just recently moved to Colorado within the past decade, 2 decades, and they didn't know that history. And I used to tell families because my kids used to play sports out there, and I used to tell those families, they was like, huh? I'm like, yeah, man, your neighborhood that you live in. I was like, it's named after a racist, bigoted mayor that we used to have, and I gave them the history. They never believed me until it ended up on the news, right? But anyhow, Stapleton was a nice new neighborhood. It's now called Central Park. We call it Central Park. It's been renamed since. But Central Park / Stapleton, Stapleton looks nice, and right across the street, it's called Quebec Street. It's the hood called Park Hill. Dilapidated old small homes. The homes in that section of Park Hill are real tiny, and the reason why those homes were built when we had a Fitzsimmons Army Medical Base, all the nurses and everybody lived there, so they didn't really need full-size homes. So they had these real small homes, 1 to 2 bedroom homes. Sometimes some of them had basements, some of them didn't. So they're smaller homes. But anyhow, we have Park Hill Stapleton is my whole point. This is Ghostface Killah right here. Supreme Clientele album. One of my favorite albums by him. You know what I mean? Outside of his first album, Iron Man. This is probably my second favorite album out of from Ghostface. Supreme Clientele. Lots of dope tracks on here. Nutmeg. One was good. Saturday Night, Apollo's Kids, Stay True, We Made It, Malcolm, Shayla Ghost, you know what I'm saying? Woo Banger 101, Hard. This is a brand new copy with a hype sticker as well, brand new sealed. You can see I didn't show this to you guys on the E-40 or the Celly Cel or even the Luni Coleone, but even has the whatchamacallit, on top for the tracking. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of the company that did all the figures, the trackings to do the sales, but I'm sure someone will correct me below. Hopefully you do. Now the next guy is out of LA. He took a photo in front of the old Great Western Coliseum, which is where the Lakers used to play. His name is Defari. This album is called Focus Daily. I was able to find this for a nice little price. This is a promo copy. This promo copy has a hole punch barcode. As I was talking to you guys before, promos could have notch spines, drill holes, stamps, stickers, all types of things. Could have a cutoff corner, all types of things. So if you're a seller or anything, make sure you always mention that it's a promo copy and what type of promo marking is on there so you can allow your buyers to know what version they're going to get, But this is a dope album that I've been wanting to have. He's representing LA, and as you can see, he's wearing a Lakers jersey, but with his name Defari on it, and he's the Lakers sign says Defari on it, but on the back, even the back says Defari on it. You know what I'm saying? Number 22. I always wanted this album, never owned it. It came out on Tommy Boy Records. Dope album as well. For those of you guys who real hip hop guys, it's all real hip hop. But for you backpack type of guys, they really like that and so forth like that. So anyhow, that's that. Now we're going to move on into another group that I would say people want to do a versus, that Timberland and Swiss Beats show versus. They wanted to do a posthumous versus with this next group and another group that I already mentioned, which is 8-Ball MJG. This is a legendary group out of Port Arthur, Texas. Someone just recently said something crazy about Bun B not being from Houston. Bun B was raised in Port Arthur, Texas. He was born in Houston, so he has Houston ties, family in there, and so forth. I'm not going to get into those politics. However, this next album is their last final group album before Pimp C died. Rest in peace to the Pimp. This is UGK's self-titled album, Underground Kings. Now, this is the brick version. This one has a hype sticker from Best Buy. The Best Buy version has a bonus track on there. The bonus track is called Top Drop Down. It's going down. Top Drop Down. Featuring Corey Mo. Corey Mo is a dope producer as well. I follow him on my Instagram. I would suggest you go do it. But this Best Buy version has one extra track. You're like, what? Also, it comes as a brick. This is a double CD. Comes like this. I have three more versions. But one of the four versions, that I have, I just got last month. So I've been looking for this one. This one's brand new, sealed. Still has the SoundScan. That's what it is. The SoundScan sticker on the top. Has the SoundScan sticker on the top. And I'm glad to have the Best Buy version. Been looking for this one in the brick. Brand new, sealed. Got it. Hype stickers. Both hype stickers. This one and this one. This one stays on the screen. The Best Buy one will come off once you unwrap it, but it's there intact. But I found another version that I wasn't aware of, and it's actually from out of the country. This version comes. I'm gonna it's open, so I'm gonna open it, but I'm gonna take it out of the little plastic envelopes that I usually do. And I'm gonna open this one because I want you to see this one. It's pretty cool. So when you're looking at it, it looks like the regular thin one, except for it has this clear case and it's only this front thing. This one is a Japanese promo. The case is totally different. Has round edges, not the black edges. And it opens like a trap door. Let me try to get this open. You can see the Japanese script in there. That's disc 1. Let me see. And if it swings open, disc 2, disc 1. It is a CDR copy. It's on BMG Jive Zomba, which is all the same company. I thought this was pretty cool. Thought it was very cool, and I added it. So that's the fourth version that I got. Now, I just happen to be sitting by the other two versions. The first version I ever got, I got when I was buying out a store in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge. It was the twins. What's up to Noel and Joel. Noel and Joel. Those are the twins. They used to own the music treasure chest out there. I did a lot of business with them. Used to buy them. I used to go to Gonzalez Records and stuff like that. And I was buying from them. It was like, hey, man, we just got this in today. And they handed this one to me. Brand new, sealed. Still has that SoundScan sticker on there. Still has the hype sticker right there. So that's the original one I got before the Best Buy version. Then there was the re-release. It's still a Best Buy version, but it's a re-release. And this re-release, this version has, 16 tracks. The Best Buy version has 13 plus 4, 17 tracks. So the Best Buy version, brick version like this, has 17, and this one has 16. Then it was re-released again. It was re-released by Best Buy. And this Best Buy version is only 16, like that thick brick one. But they used it, they made it a slimline one. Not a slimline, but a regular CD case. So when I show you the Japanese one here on right here, it's a totally different case and so forth, but it's slim just like that Japanese one. And it's the Best Buy version, still has the Best Buy sticker, but you lose it. The only way you get 17 tracks is the Best Buy version with the brick. This next one is a CD. Not a CD. Well, yeah, it's a CD out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, this is one of the early mixtape. You guys got to forgive me. I'm trying to put this UGK back in the sleeve as I'm talking to you. But it's out of Atlanta, Georgia. the Bankhead neighborhood, the West Side Atlanta Bankhead neighborhood. This was the first of 3 group records put out by T.I. and the PSC clique. Grand Hustle presents T.I. and PSC. This is the actual first album, In the Streets Volume 1. It doesn't say Volume 1, it just says In the Streets. This is extremely hard to find. It has 13 tracks. It's a professionally pressed CD, not a CDR. And you can't really find this anywhere. A good friend of mine in Japan who comes visit me from time to time, does business with me from time to time, happened to have this and hooked me up. We hook each other up. He hooks me up, I hook him up. And I'm real happy to have this finally, because I have the other 2 TIs and PSCs right over there. I'm not going to get those because they're not within reaching distance. If they were in reaching distance, I'll go over there. So I'm glad to finally have this in my collection. Man, I'm real happy to have this. The only other person I seen with this is another guy out of Atlanta. He's originally from Detroit, and he's a major collector as well, just like I am, and probably you are. He goes by the name of New Face. Go follow New Face on Instagram. He's really making rounds and so forth like that. I think he has a very good collection. I think I'm with him. Excuse me. I think I'm messing with him. But I know he's messing with me too. It's one of those like collections where he has stuff that I wish I had, and I know I have stuff that he wishes he had. So that's the cool thing about collecting. That's what makes it real hard for us. You'll see something in somebody else's collection, like, ooh, I want that. And this was one of those. And I asked him about, like, hey, dude, I wrote him a long time ago, probably about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when he put it up on his Instagram. Do you have another one of those? You want to sell it? You know, I'm always going to ask if you want to sell it or stuff like that. So I got with him, and he said, of course, he said,
no, my brother, you've got to buy your own.
I said, oh, okay. So I finally got it. Another thing that I got from my guy out in Japan, I'm going to give you his name. I call him, I don't know how to say his full name, but we simply call him Shu. We both own record labels, record stores, record companies, and we just sort of help each other out. He's looking for things, I'm looking for things. We help each other with our collection. Now, these next 4 things are cassettes. Shu helped me out with that. I like to give props. Support your peoples, you guys. Support your peoples. And don't act like you just are the god of all-knowing of collecting, man. That's the crazy thing. People think I got everything. I don't, man. I'm a customer too. I know what it's like to be on the other side. I know what it's like to want deals and ask for deals. One of the greatest things about deals are, man, people hook you up, they're going to hook you up. And if you've never bought from them, I think it's probably not wise to ask them to hook you up on your first order of business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe come around, buy a few things, and they'll eventually learn your name because you bought a few things, and then they'll plug you up. Me, I can't afford to do that, but once a year, I do it at Christmas time, during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and that's it, because I'm just not really a major company like that. So anyhow, going back to the 4 other things I got from Shu last month. I got this NOTS Metro, Ninjas Off the Streets, True Blue. It's a group of guys. This is the Metro. And it also features Busters on Wax and Ain't No Trippin' Weak Game. Busters on Wax makes fun of another group that I'm going to talk about later on, which is the Bloods and Crips album. Banging on Wax, that was them talking about it. They had a little feud between them about who's really real and who's not and all that stuff. And yeah. I'm not getting into those politics. I have 2 more versions of these. If you go to Discogs, they have two versions, but there's actually 3 versions of this. I got that. So once again, like I was talking about New Face, some of us have things in our collection. I don't really update Discogs. Maybe I will one day, maybe I won't, just to show the differences. I have many things that aren't even listed on Discogs. And those are probably some of the things that you guys would want from my collection. But I can guarantee you, as my listeners and watchers, you guys have stuff in your collection more than likely that I want too. So it's just a never-ending story with someone with addictive behavior like myself, probably like yourself, where we want some things. So yeah, this is the NOTS Metro cassette. There's 2 more. Another thing I got from them, from Shu, was this LOL. That name did not age well. LOL. Ha ha ha. Laughing out loud. This actually means Lords of Lyrics. They're out of Los Angeles area as well. And this is their Summer Breeze cassette single. Now, on side A, you have Summer Breeze. On side B, you have some album snippets. Eye for an Eye, Funny Style, Just Another Day, and Heaven or Hell. I happen to get the rights for this album, and we released this album along with Most Wanted Records, the actual full album, about 3-4 years ago, about 4 years ago, maybe, yeah, almost 5 years ago now. Put out the CDs. Someone wrote me recently asking if I had any more CDs. I don't. And, well, I do, just not for sale. I have mine and a few extras, but they're not for sale. I've been looking for this cassette single, but I'm also looking for the CD single. So if you happen to have the CD single, let me know. Another thing that I got from Shu was this, speaking of Brother Lynch Hung, speaking of Mr. Doctor, this is the block style cassette single. It has the original version, another song called No B-I-T-C-H, No Female Dog, and it has the Baloo mix version and a remix version of Set Trippin' block style. I have the CDs for this as well, the CD singles. I do have this within reach and distance, so let me grab those real quick. This is one version on CD, which has the radio album version and a song called 2 More Years. It's not even a song, it's a track of him and Brother Lynch talking about 2 more years, and this is what the back version looks like. This is the first version of the block style CD single, and it's a promo, as you can see. And then we have another promo version. This is the second one. It has 4 tracks on it. So this has the radio edit, Baloo mix, just like the cassette single. Then it has a Baloo mix instrumental and a remix instrumental. Now the difference is, you see this artwork on the front of the cassette is sort of stretched and elongated, but if you look at the real album on the back of this CD, that's what it would look like. But this is the color version of that. This is what the back looks like. So, yeah, man. Putting together portions of my collection. Another thing I got was this out of Louisiana, Marrero, the West Bank. Is MC Thicks. 200 pounds and stomping from a planet called Marrero. This is the single for Marrero. And the name of it is actually called What the F Are They Yelling? And then he goes Marrero, and all that stuff. There's about like 4 cassette tape versions of this album. I do have the other 3 of the 4. This is the 4th one that I have. It might be 5, but I have every version that I'm aware of. And there's a CD single version. I have that too. We'll get into that later on when I go through the rest of my collection. Got that in the mail this month. I'm pretty happy to have that as well. All right. Another cassette tape that I got in the mail is this De La Soul. De La Soul is Dead with Saturday and everything else. This is a brand new steel copy. As you can see, it has the hype sticker here. But De La Soul is Dead. Dope, 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 super dope album. All right, so this is De La Soul is Dead. Let's move on to the next thing. The next one I have, speaking of Above the Law, I found this promo version of their first album called Living Like Hustlers. I was able to get this copy over this past month as well. Pretty dope album. Now I got a murder rap, all those things. Check it out. Above the Law, Living Like Hustlers. Came out on Ruthless Records. This has Just Kicking Lyrics, Ballin', Freedom of Speech, Flow On, The last song, it has, what else does it have? Murder Rap, Untouchable, Living Like Hustlers, Another Execution, Menace to Society. That first side A, was heavy. Ooh, that was heavy. If you never heard this album, go check it out. R.I.P. to KMG, the illustrator. I'm going to say to DJ Chaos, what's happening? To Hutch, a.k.a. 187 them, you know, a.k.a. Mansa Musa. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? Those guys like them, I was raised on. Great, great. This next guy I was raised on, man. He's out of Oakland, California. Oakland, California, the East O. The East O. Now, first one I'm going to go into is the CD, and then we'll get into... Actually, no, since we're on cassettes, we're going to go cassette first. This is Richie Rich, Seasoned Veteran, cassette version. This is a promo-only one that I've recently found, came up on. Glad and very happy to have this in my collection. Seasoned Veteran, Richie Rich. Came out on Def Jam Records. I don't have it sealed like the other one. Side A. Side B. Has the generic labels on it. Very clean, no scratching. Doesn't look like it's ever been used. Just as there. I have that. But speaking of Richie Rich, Seasoned Veteran, I found a brand new sealed with a hype sticker Seasoned Veteran CD. Now, unfortunately, we can't have everything the way we want it. Sometimes I got to get a promo one. It still has the sound scan thing. It's still sealed. But this one has a drill hole right here through the back. And it goes all the way through the front. Probably wouldn't have noticed it if I didn't show you. So, yeah, man, I was able to find one of those. Hey, man, I'll take what I could get. It's hard to find one brand new sealed. Normally, you'll go for a brand new sealed. You're going to go probably $30 at maximum $50 and so forth. Dope album, you know. Let's Ride On Here, Real Pimp, Fresh Out, Ninjas Done Change, Pillow, lay my head on my pillow with Damon Wiggs of Tony Tone. Questions, Do G's Get to Go to Heaven, Touch Myself remix with T-Boss. This is a dope album. Go check it out if you ain't heard that. If you've been sleeping under a rock, I'm gonna tell you right now, push that rock up off you and go check this out. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, since we're on CDs and I'm talking to you about me not just being even a rap guy, you know what I'm saying? A rap guy. I'm going to do a few more raps, but I'm going to go into some other areas and then come back to rap, okay? So, I also collect long box CDs. This is Big Daddy Kane's Long Live the Kane. Long box. I came up on this recently. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. Pretty happy to have this in my collection. Very happy to add this. This one is, if I were to grade it, it has a tear in the shrink, which is all right. But because of that, I'm going to give it a near mint. You know what I mean? Very happy to have this. Next up after that is a DJ, well known in Europe, not as well known here in the United States unless you're really like following hip hop and some of his OGs and some of his creators. But he's well known out in Europe more than he is here on Profile Records. And that is Derek B. Bullets from a Gun. Must have. If you guys don't have this, I highly recommend it. Check it out. He's on the 1s and 2s. That's the back. And that's the front. Derek B. Bullets from a Gun. Had to have it, y'all. Came up. Now we're going to change some energy. We're going to get into some punk. If you guys don't know, punk, reggae as we know it, are like the brethren and sisters, whichever way you look at it, of hip-hop. And what I mean by that is hip-hop was created from a struggle in the United States of some youth, black youth, that needed a way to rebel, to express themselves, which is how we ended up with all the elements of hip hop, DJing, MCing, breaking, graffiti, and knowledge of self. And during that time, reggae was also coming up in the 70s as well. A lot of your reggae singers was doing like doo-wop sounds and songs from America. And then it got into the reggae, what we know as reggae today. They were being birthed around the same time, and so was punk. This punk group is one of the original punk groups in the United States. And they're a black punk group called Fishbone. This is Fishbone's self-titled album in long box format. My brother, Ross Ilula, government name Robert, aka Robbie. Ross Ilula put me up on him as a kid. I grew up in a very eclectic family. I had family members who listened to punk, who listened to new wave, who listened to reggae, who listened to rock and roll, listened to rock, jazz, funk, soul, R&B. Soul is not R&B. There's a difference. Rock and roll is not rock. Rock and roll came first, then rock. Before there was metal, there was rock and roll and rock. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of debates. But all these form of black American music, I'm into all of them, bruh. Black punk group called Fishbone. If you're not aware of them, go check them out. I could put you up on game on some other black punk groups as well. But speaking of jazz, yeah, man, this jazz artist, I have a long box of his now, and I'm happy to have it. And I'm happy to have it because this jazz artist has helped rap the hip-hop community himself by accepting hip-hop and respecting hip-hop early on in its infancy, and put out albums, or songs, I should say, on albums that are long considered hip-hop rap. I should say rap, because we didn't even go by hip-hop back in the day. That was a pop song's name. He had a rap song called Rocket. And who I'm talking about is Herbie Hancock. And the title of this album is called The Perfect Machine. Hats off to this brother, Herbie Hancock, because he was there during the infancy of hip-hop too, and helping to educate those people who say hibbity, hip-hop, and that's why we didn't like that song, because the old heads, hibbity and that hibbity, hoppity. Yeah, it's like a put down. A lot of people don't really realize that. When it became commercialized, that next thing you know, it became hip-hop. But at one point in time, it was just rap. There was not anything ever called gangster rap, East Coast rap, West Coast rap, hip-hop, backpack rap. Those are labels that came when it became commodified and commercialized, and there was money in it, and they had to categorize it. Before that, it was just rap, dog. It's just rap. So anyhow, he helped bring it in. Next person. Woo, he's funk. He's funk. They should have never gave no brothers like him no money. Who I'm talking about is Rick James Wonderful. This is the only Rick James album I have in long box format. I wish I could find any others if they ever made any others. I never really dug into it, but when I seen this available, I had to grab it. Rick James Wonderful. Had to have it. Boy, I'm Rick James. I'm not going to say the rest. I try to keep it clean on here. This is a family show. All right. Coming up after that, we're getting back into some hip-hop, and then we're going to go back into some funk. Next one up, I've been looking for. I have some other long boxes of his. Let's see. Too far for me to want to reach and dig out. It's going to take a little time for me to do that, so I'm going to skip that part. But this is a brother who is one of the early rap pioneers coming out of Philadelphia by the name of Schoolie D. This is Schoolie D and my Black Enough for you. This is the long box version of Am I Black Enough for You, man. Has Gangsta Boogie on here. D is for all types of good songs on here. I really love this. Don't Call Me Ninja, Black Power. You know, this is a totally different album. I really love it, man. This is hip hop in its finest, but also a little bit of punk, a little bit of reggae, a little bit of everything, and just some straight up drums. It's just so many things pulled into this album. This is dope album. Some of you guys, it's an older sound, so some of you guys, newer guys, probably might not like that, like the sound of this, but I do. I respect it. I grew up with this. I respect all forms of hip hop. So yeah, this is. I'm glad to have this finally in the collection. Now we're getting to some funk. Now I was raised on this as a kid. I'm more of a hip hop child, hip hop baby, because the era that I was, that I grew up in. I'm a 1975 kid. I'm a 70s, 80s baby. And however, the beautiful thing about us early 70s, 80s, 70s, 80s kids, 60s hip hop fans, 60s hip hop, 60s, 70s, 80s hip hop fans, we grew up with parents who loved R&B, soul, jazz, all these different American black music, African music, I will say blacks in America music, however you want to put it, but black people music, rock and roll, all that stuff. My parents grew up on that. And one of the people that I learned about early in life, during the disco era, but he wasn't disco, he was funk. You know, we always talk about Parliament, Bootsy Collins, Funkadelic and stuff. But we got this boy I want to say he's out of California, out of Oakland or something, but we got Sly and the Family Stone. Sly and the Family Stone greatest hits. Sly was that dude, man. Sly was that guy, man. I grew up listening to him, man. He is funk. He might not have put the P in the funk, but he's a part of the funk. I have this long box, and I'm very happy to add this to my collection. Very happy. Next one is a bit of controversy, including my store and the people who made it. Oh my gosh, this was a weird month last month, man. This is weird. Like, hey, man, I'm just trying to sell this. I bought these from these people. These people who I got it from, who manufactured it and stuff, they have the rights to it. They got the rights. They actually licensed, proved it to you. Whatever you got going on is between you and that guy. Don't include me. Don't even include him. You need to go out the person of the source. So anyhow, man, great album. I love your work, man. I ain't taking it personal, but don't pull me into your stuff. Anyhow, this is Little Bruce's Extra Manish. This album was put out by Armabillion Records. It was licensed by Be Legit, Mr. Jones, and it originally came out on Sick With It Records. And apparently, Be Legit is a part owner of Sick With It Records with the E-40, E. Fonzarelli, 40 water. And he gave up this licensing. Dope album. Go check it out. I have these for sale. I have it in my personal collection. You think I was going to pass up on adding this to my collection? Dope album. Dope album, man. I love this. I love this album. Go check it out. Little Bruce, Extra Manish. Remember I was talking about NOTS? Let me remind you. NOTS, Metro. Woo! Guess what else I found? I found a brand new sealed copy right here of NOTS Metro. And it has Buses on Wax. Ain't Tripping Weak Game on this one as well. And Metro on the front. I got the vinyl, and it's a white vinyl, like an opaque vinyl. I got this as well. I had to close it out. I have all the Metros now. Had to add it to the collection. So, yeah, we're going to keep this rolling. Then, we had Record Store Day, right? Record Store Day was on fire. It was on fire back in November, right? At the end of November. I'm including the end of November to this as well, and partial of November into this one, into the monthly mailbox. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm adding it, because the holiday season, I didn't get much time to do anything but shop and do things for other people and work. and stuff. But like I said, I went a little bit crazy. But this came out Record Store Day. The only thing is, this next one that I'm gonna show you, it didn't release in the U.S. Record Store Day was on fire. I'll get to some of the things that I got for Record Store Day. I only went for one artist. I could go back and get the other artists, but the one that I liked the most and the album that I liked the most here in the U.S., I went and grabbed multiple variations and stuff. But we'll get into that now. But this one was a European only release. They had a few things that I wanted, but I just focused on the one specific one that I wanted. And what I'm talking about is the Bloods and Crips. I told you I was going to come back to that. The Bloods and Crips, Banging on Wax. This is a total of 18 tracks. All 18 tracks. Now, if you have the original one, you know you're missing like half the album. They only did focused tracks on there. Like, what I mean by focus, like only certain tracks. They're highly focused on certain ones. This is a double vinyl. The Blood side is red, obviously, and the Crip side is blue. And it was only released out overseas. I have a couple copies of this for sale as well in our store. Get it while you can. I'm not going to reorder these because this stuff was stupid expensive for me to find a store. They didn't cut me no deals or anything like that. So I'm selling it to you at full price and everything, the cost of getting it. You know what I'm saying? I might get more. They finally agreed, the company that I was working with, they might work with me. But I'm like, hey, man, let me see how this is going to go. But anyhow, that's a whole nother story. I got this. I have so many versions of the Banging on Wax on CD. I have promo cassette versions and singles and all types of stuff. So I collect these, and I added this to my personal collection. So, yeah, this was only available in overseas in Europe, their Record Store Day, but not here in the U.S. Why? I don't know. I can't even tell you. But I'm sure we got stuff in the U.S. that they didn't get, right? Now, speaking of Record Store Day, some of the other things that I got was Doomsday vinyl, double vinyl. This is the alternate version artwork. I have it on vinyl. Has the gold OBI on the side. I have it on long box. And I have 2 copies on long box because I plan on opening up one, putting it on my shelf, and just one for a display. Yeah, I'm a good addict. I like having multiple copies of a lot of things. So I have that in the long box version. Then I have the original version with the silver OBI. And it's not the OG original press. I'm just saying the original artwork version, okay? R.I.P. to Sub Rock, Zev Love X, a.k.a. Doom, Daniel Dumile. Rest in peace. I have that, right, on vinyl. Then I have the original long box version, and I have 3 of those. Sort of went a little crazy for it. Have 3 of the long box versions, right? And then there was this special one on gas draws that didn't come out in stores for Record Store Day, and I had to have it. Same album, has the original version artwork, but in black and white sketch, and it has a green vinyl to it, and has this black OBI on vinyl. But guess what else they came out with? They came out with a long box version. But wait. That's not it, people. That's not it. As Salt and Pepper said, that's not it. I also have the alternate version cassette that has a gold case, just like the gold OBI on the vinyl. Then I have the original artwork with the silver case, just like the silver OBI on the original vinyl. And then I have the alternate version cassette tape. You see that clear cassette tape, just like the vinyl. I'm going to tell you what, between November and December, it was the month of Doom, the season of Doom, starting with his birthday around actually the end of October 31st. I mean, his death date. You know what I mean? His doomsday, to be exact. During that time, I got this one from Turntable Lab, I want to say. I got this MF Doom food in the mail. And this one has the clear, like brown one that looks like a beer. Because the name of the track, One Beer, right? So that was just paying homage to that, to the One Beer. And this was on the 20th anniversary, brand new artwork, pressed on limited beer colored vinyl, exclusively at Turntable Lab. Speaking of Turntable Lab, I have another thing that's going to come at the end that I'll show you when I open it and unbox it. And I just got it in the mail today as I'm recording it. I chose to get it from Turntable Lab because it was like $100 less than the MF Doom's family's website, which is gasdraws.com. Sometimes Gas Draws has things, the same things that they're offering, or that is being carried out on other websites for cheaper. So sometimes it's best to go to other websites like Rhymesayers or Turntable Lab, HHV or something. And sometimes those websites actually have a better price than his very own website. So I found that version on Turntable Lab for the beer, but there was exclusive versions on Gas Draws, exclusive versions on HHV that had different variants. One of them is right here. This one is actually from GasDraws.com. Right here. I didn't open this one. I figured I'll do it with you guys online. This is not the one that I'm going to unbox, that I was talking about unboxing from Turntable Lab. I have something that I ordered from Turntable Lab back in August, and I'm finally getting it here in January. Like I said earlier today. So, within this one, this box, I have a goodie. It's a limited edition cereal box right here. And I just opened it, and I'm not happy with the packaging because mine is crushed. I'm a collector, so I'm going to see what they could do for me. I'm going to write them, see what they could do for me. But it's a MF Doom cereal box. Comes with a Doom spoon and a Doom figure as well, as you can see on the side right here. And it has a spoon in here and a cereal box. I'm probably just going to order another one, and this one I'll open if the other one comes not damaged. Then I will put that one for display and this one for display, but one sealed and one open, just so people could see. But this is pretty dope. It's a reaction from, this was also made not only by the Doom family, Gas Draws, but Super 7. I got that. It has a little maze on the back and the Doom mask. I really like that. Inside is a bowl spoon, an action figure, and some cereal, some real cereal. So, yeah, I'm not the only person who got it, but this is mine. Put that to the side. Let's see what else is in this box. All right. So, one of the other things I got was the Doom 20th Anniversary Food cassette tape. Let's see if it has any descriptions on there. This is my first time getting it. But I got one of the mini cassette tapes. This is one of them. I got the CD version. A lot of people didn't like this artwork. They preferred the original Food artwork. This is all right with me. I'm glad that they switched it up a little bit. I got the originals. You know, I got so many copies of the originals. It's crazy. So I didn't mind the switch up. I mean, I guess if you're new to this, you don't have an original, you probably want it. But yeah, man, complete. It says complete repackaged with brand new artwork by Sam Rodriguez. Includes printed sleeve and case wrapped tip on CD wallet. So yeah, got the CD. And then what else do we have in here? Turn this over, smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. So, just like I got one from Turntable Lab, I got one from Doom's website, gasdraws.com. Same artwork, but it has some different stuff in it, and I'm going to read it to you, okay? So, it says, MF Doom 20th Anniversary, complete repackaging, brand new artwork. I already went through that. The Gas Draws exclusive variant includes limited double LP picture disc. It's the picture disc version. Bonus 7-inch picture disc with Rare Cookies Original plus Just Blaze Remix. It also has a foil stamp number tip on the gatefold jacket. My number is, it has the foil tip right here, like it said, on the gatefold jacket, and I have 2,652. That's the number I have. But what also came with it is this Hoe Cakes pot holders, MF Doom Hoe Cakes pot holders single. Has a clean, dirty Hoe Cakes. It also has the clean and dirty pot holders. And then it also has on the second serving Hoe Cakes, the Ant Remix instrumental, the Hoe Cakes instrumental, and the pot holders instrumental. So this is dope too. Got that pressed on big punch blend colored vinyl. So it's going to be like a red, like punch colored vinyl. That's dope as well. I got that version. All right. Speaking of that, I got a few more things in the mail on Doom. Like I said, it was crazy. Stone's Throw had some things that they put out that were never released. They were released, but they were sort of bootlegged or leaked, I would say, online. And the only way you could get it was in a digital form. Little bootleg form, and one of those things is the Matt Villain Demos album. Boom. The Matt Villain Demos album has the original beats and rhymes that were leaked, and then they switched it up. So this is MF Doom and Madlib, the beat conductor. Dope vinyl. Grab that from Stone's Throw. I believe that they're still available on Stone's Throw and Turntable Lab as well. But I also got the audiophile version of the Mad Villainy album. This one, it says audiophile edition, lacquer cut at Bernie Grumman. Bernie Grumman's been around forever. He used to do old Eazy-E, NWA albums, and all types of manufactured at Optimal Media 2 double LP with 180 gram vinyl at 45 RPMs. Gatefold sleeve with lyrics. Had to add this to the collection as well. I got so many versions of this, man. I'm a sucker for Doom, so I keep buying them and keep buying them and keep buying them, but something tells me so do you. So that's what we do. Now, let's get into one more thing. I got this in the mail last month. I paid a nice penny for it. I thought it was going to be bigger. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little let down about it. It's still cool, but the amount of money that I paid for it, I overpaid for it. I'm not going to lie. I sort of have some buyer's remorse on this one. It's still cool, but I don't think it was worth the price is what I'm saying. I think it should have been like $30, $50. But from what I understand, it's a limited edition. Only 50 of them were made. And I have number 31 out of 50. This came from Delicious again, Peter. Go follow him on Instagram. It's Wu-Tang Clan figure right here. This is the chess boxer, and he has a photo from the video of what I want to say that's probably RZA in there. But if we always think of the chess boxers only being in black hoodies, there were white ones. Remember, it was a checkerboard, so he did a limited version of that. I have a much larger one. I thought it was, for the price, I thought it was the same one. So when I got it, it was just a regular small size scale. I don't even know what the scale size is. But yeah. And it says Wu-Tang Clan up here. It says ain't nothing to F with. On the back, you'll see 31 of 50. I'm going to put that with the rest of my stuff. Speaking of that, I did get the Wu-Tang Clan sneakers for Christmas. My wife got those for me. I've been had the Iowa State dunks that they were based off of. So I'm going to wear the Iowa States, and I'm going to put the Wu-Tang dunks up on display later on. Okay, since I mentioned those dunks, let's get into them real quick. Might as well. These came out, this particular pair came out, let's see the tag. This is the Iowa State dunks. I want to say these came out about 4 years ago in 2000. Let me check the tags real quick. But yeah, they came out in 2020. So 5 years ago. I still have these. These are the ones I'm aware. They're DS. I was waiting for a good day to break these out. This color of yellow is closer to the original promo dunks, the ones that were shelved when they were originally going to release the Wu-Tang Clan dunks. But of course, Riz and them, they never gave Nike the licensing to do so. So Nike had to pull it. They were trying to pull a quick one. And if you know them, they're businessmen. So they finally got the licensing, and Nike put out the actual Wu-Tang dunks. But since then, this is the original yellow that the original dunks, the promo version, was based off of. This is the color of yellow. Okay? So as stated, this is the original color of yellow. But these are the Wu-Tang version ones that are officially licensed now. As you can see, it's more of a mustard yellow than the different yellows, and it has the Wu-Tang Clan logo right here on the back. These will go up on display, and this is actually closer to what all of Wu-Tang Clans from the 36 Chambers album, their first album, is actually this color. But the original Nike dunks, when they were the promo versions, were closer to this yellow right here on top. So those are the difference. But yeah, I'll be putting those up on display. Wearing this pair, the Iowa version, and displaying these. Shout out to my wife for these. I'm really glad that I got them. She got them for me for Christmas. I missed out on the release. Man, I've been to so many Wu-Tang concerts, even the Denver Symphony one, and missed out. I wish I could have got them for retail, but I didn't. My wife got them though for me for Christmas. Now, I have one more thing to get into before we get started. Let me clean up, and then I'll come right back, and then we'll continue this. All right. What's up, you guys? Had to zoom out, push the camera back a little bit, and prepare this next one for you. If you can see, it's by Super7.com, and this was actually something that I was talking to you about earlier. Remember, I was talking to you about the Turntable Lab. I was talking to you about, sometimes you could get things for cheaper on other websites than you can on the actual Gas Draws website. So I chose to buy this. This is a limited edition. How can I say it? A collaboration between the Doom family, Madlib, Mad Villainy, and the Super 7 toy makers. I ordered this in August, as I said, and I just got it today. So let's unbox this real quick. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Before I get into it, as you can see, it says Super 7 here on the side. And on the back of this, you can see I have number 967 of 3,000. So there are 3,000 of these made. Yeah, man, let's get into it. First things first, let's open this top. Let's see. Boom. Boom. And one more slice across the top. As you can see, it says Turntable Lab on this sticker right here. What else is in here? Some more Turntable Lab stuff. Arts Records, Turntable Lab, TTL. I don't know what this is. Looks like a little brochure that says what's coming in, what's available, things like that. Pretty cool idea from Turntable Lab. This is the Turntable Lab. This is what their website, the actual sticker looks like. So we got that. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. So what do we have here, you guys? we have the Mad Villain Super 7. It says, the beat is so butter. Mad Villain. Peep the slow cutter. Super Villain. I'm not going to completely unbox it. I'll do that later on. But this is the character from the Mad Villain. The Mad Villain has some nice artwork on here. This is the Mad Villain's face right here with the mask. And it's a figure. Now, there was an original figure that came out back in the days. I want to say it's Kid Robot or whoever who did it. And there was two versions. Well, there's a total of 3 versions of the original toy. It's much smaller, more like this. This one is, I don't know, I forget how big it is. It's like over a foot tall. I want to say 18 inches or something like that. It's pretty big. Has a suit, and the suit is actually like cloth. It's like a big doll, basically. You know, I don't play with dolls. Big super figure, big super villain. And the original one didn't have any articulation. This one, the arms would move and things like that. It was just a solid brick made by Kid Robot, I want to say. It might not have been Kid Robot, but it had a green. You had 2 variants in the original one. One had a gray suit, and the other one had a green suit. The green suit was more popular than the gray. And it just showed him running and so forth. And he had the same character on his, I forget which video it was from Mad Villainy, but they basically created a character just like they did with J Dilla Donuts things. Sean Harrington did what is it? Mad Villainy and what's Rabbit's name? Chicago. I don't know, I forget his name right now. And it's on the tip of my tongue. But anyhow, they done many toys over there, and they're considered collectible. And those original Mad Villains, the gray one goes for $500 to $700, sometimes $800. The green one breaks anywhere from $800 to $1,200, sometimes $1,500. And they're very collectible, but they're a lot smaller. So I guess they came out with a plan to celebrate the Mad Villainy album, to put out this much larger figure, and they left it pretty open, but clearly it sounds like there were 3,000 of them made according to what that box said. And these are much bigger. I'm not gonna lie, cooler than the original. I'm still looking for original, but I'm not gonna pay that price. I am looking for the original copies in excellent, like new condition or brand new condition. But yeah, I'm happy to have this, you know. I'm really happy to have this Mad Villainy version. And I'm glad that I didn't buy 2 of them. No need to. No need to. Yeah, just remember all caps. It says, when you spell the man name, all bets off the villain got the dice rigged, and they say he accosted the man with the sliced wig. Allegedly, the investigation is still ongoing in this pesky nation. He got the best con flowing. The pot doubles now. They really got to be troubles. Really got to be troubles, man. Never go pop like snot bubbles. So this was from the villain himself. Rest in peace. His rhyme, and you know we always say all caps. Spell the man's name in all caps. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Men Underground Music Show. This is the first official monthly mailbox. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I misunderstand? Let me know below. Tell me what I got right or wrong. Any questions, concerns, or just participate, man. What did you guys like? What didn't you like? What are some of the things you'd like to see? We'll see what we could do. But this is the first monthly mailbox episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. 2 Stokes. And I'm out.